You're watching Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Jess Lujan. Welcome to this edition of The Buzz. My studio guests this evening are gentlemen. We're talking about, of course, the employment for persons or individuals with disabilities, as we're coming to the conclusion of the Awareness Month for the National Disability Employment Awareness Month. And we have individuals in here. We have the director of DISIT. We have Ben Servino. And DISIT, basically, if you don't already know, the Department of Integrated Services for Individuals with Disabilities. And you're the director, right?
That's correct.
Ben? Oh, and we also have Mr. Greg Calvo, AHRD, Disability Program Navigator.
That's correct, Jess.
Boy, I'm going to make sure that the airlines still come here and say, hey, wait, I found the navigator. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you for being my guest this evening.
Thank you for inviting us.
You know, I tell you, we're coming to the conclusion of the Awareness Month, but this is something that really doesn't happen a month. It's something that happens every day. 24/7, basically 12 months out of the year, we should be aware of persons, individuals with disabilities and their employment, and there are public laws that says, most especially for Guam, right?
That's correct.
That says 2% of employees in every agency must have individuals with disabilities.
At least two.
At least two, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us about the Awareness Month and all that happened this month.
Okay. The Disability Employment Awareness Month is observed nationally throughout the country, and it's an annual observance. And I think the profit by investing in people with disabilities is a theme this year.
Yeah.
And we look at businesses nowadays that are looking at selling technology, the market, the industry, to make a profit. And we're asking that they also consider looking at manpower resources that have not been tapped, such as people with disabilities, and looking at their talents and the contributions they've made to the economy. So here in Guam, we're trying to promote not only in the public sector, but also in the private sector, and also in the federal government sector now, the hiring of people with disabilities, because a lot of that has not been addressed in the past. And we're looking at, again, celebrating this not only for October, but throughout the year.
Right. Now, let me just, gentlemen, how do we find individuals with disabilities? Because the old stigma of someone has to be physically, have some physical disabilities, or maybe a mental disability. How about people who have been diagnosed maybe with PTSD or maybe some learning disorders like ADD and things like that? Are folks who have those diagnoses considered individuals with disabilities?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, within DISIT, because we have two divisions, one support services division, the other one the division of vocational rehab. Voc Rehab's mission is to look at helping people with not only mental but also physical impairments and the hidden disabilities, especially if they are significant enough to impact their impediment to employment. There are a lot of people, especially when you look at the school system, a lot of them have hidden disabilities. It could be as simple as a learning disability. It could be as simple as even, some new disabilities a lot of people aren't even fully aware of. And you see a lot of the ads now, autism.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a predominant thing now. We're seeing an influx of students that are now being diagnosed, identified as having autism. And then, of course, the intellectual disabilities. They used to call them mental retardation.
Sure.
But there are a number of people with hidden disabilities, psychiatric disabilities, learning disabilities that, people don't think that they have a disability, but if it's an impediment to their employment, we will try to assist them in getting
How about, and Greg, maybe, I'm sure this all falls again, I mean, I don't know where one ends and where the other picks up, right? But how would we define, like, for example, as we age, we're not able to do the things that we used to do 10, 15, 20 years ago. I'm speaking for myself, not for you young gentlemen, right? But there are things there at some point we become less able to do things than what we used to. But nowadays, the economy the way it is, people are not necessarily retiring. They're retired to work other jobs, to maybe collect another pension or something like that, right? So now, because your abilities are not as what they used to be, now you have less abilities. people who of age fall under, again, individuals with disabilities?
Well, one thing for sure, and we all agree upon this, Jess, that that as we're aging, we will move into one form of disability or another. Now, my wearing of a glass and a heart condition that I went through, now with the recent amendments, right, Director Ben, that we're now covered, and so the one thing that now within the KUAM workforce investment system, of which DISIT is a partner to the Agency for Human Resource Development and the Department of Labor, is that anything that is a barrier to employment, that's the one that we tackle, and we tackle together, because it's really something where we look at a lot of individuals might have had a form of a disability, or maybe through an accident or whatever, and then they still have skills, they still have knowledge. What we want to do is, like what the director has mentioned, is to bring them back, because they're still profitable to the economy. The investment into the economy means profit.
Still a lot to contribute.
That's right.
Hey, we'll be back more with the Awareness Month for individuals with disabilities and the employment opportunities. Be right back.